XA is a military bike that was built during World War II, specifically
Okay,
for
guys.
fighting
Hey,
men in
hello.
the desert.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm putting on the TV
The
inside.
XA was completely
We're
different
back.
than
Like I
anything
said, we
else
were
Harley ever
last
built.
night's
Shaft
video.
driven,
I said we were
closed
coming
cylinders.
back.
They only made 1,000 of these
was not
bikes. A
lying.
lot of
I
guys
was
are taking
actually
these forks
truthful.
if you can find them
We're
and put them on
back.
bobbers. They put them on cut downs. That's a newer Springer.
I don't think I
Yeah, no,
passed
that's
this
not
level
it.
last night, did I?
You really got to know what you're looking at. So we're kind of looking through. Is this it? Is it?
No, that'd be too
How about
short.
this one?
XA is a couple inches longer.
Yeah. When another picker gives me a lead, there's codes. I gotta get this stuff bought for Dave because if I don't, I can't buy anything.
Here's the one that's it there. The
That's it right there.
right? Yeah.
The chopper Springer is not a big deal. We find it right away. It's got the spider web on it. But the XA fork, we cannot find. All right, let me call him and ask him. See what he's talking about here. I want to make sure that we're talking about the same thing.
Hello?
Dave.
Yes.
Hey, we're inside the container here with Rich, and I'm looking at these Springers. There's a number of them.
It's a chrome Springer.
There's 4 chrome Springers right here in front of me right now. I'm trying to get in the mind of Dave Orr, which is a very scary place sometimes.
You look at the rear leg. See how that sleeve along the sleeve is on the rear leg? They're all the same.
Okay, so where I'm not looking at the leg, I'm looking at the sleeve itself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which of these forks he thinks is an XA fork. This one then.
I think he's talking about that one.
This is nowhere near an XA front end. I'm looking at this fork, Dave. I got some bad news for you.
Okay.
The fork you were looking at in the photograph
It's a Heritage Springer.
is a Heritage Springer fork from what
97 up.
97 and up. You saw the longer sleeve in the picture?
That's all I saw.
Yeah, and it is much longer, but yeah, it's a newer fork. If you look at these two forks, right? I see how I messed up because that one's taller. Yeah. Look at the length here on this sleeve, and look at the length on this sleeve. Gotcha. I mean, in a photograph. Simple mistake on a little photograph. Yeah.
Oh, I
Made you
didn't
look
catch
old.
it very well, did I?
No, I mean, I can understand how you made the mistake, to be honest with you, because there's a pile of forks here, and if you're just looking at a photograph and you're looking at that sleeve, then yeah, you can physically see that it's longer. In Dave's defense, I'm sure the pictures he got were very fuzzy. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the... Rich, what do you got to have for this Springer right here with the spider web on it? You know, is this something you'd sell?
No,
No, we don't even know if he's interested in selling it.
400.
400 bucks. I think that's fair. Let's go with that.
Okay.
All right, done deal. Dave broke the ice, and just like that, we're in.
All right, so we've got that Springer. I feel like we're doing pretty good. We've knocked one item off of Dave's list. We have a lot of ground to cover here. There's a lot of stuff here, man.
Really?
We're in one trailer here, and there's more stuff in here than I have at my house, Frank's house, and your house.
How about it, man?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
You don't mind showing us around a little bit?
I see it here.
Well, come on out.
I see some knuckle motors. I got through this trailer here.
Hell yeah, man. We walk over to the next container, and Rich opens the doors. Oh my God.
I had no room for these, so I stuffed them in
Screaming
there.
Eagle Motors.
And it's literally just a sea of engines.
There's some Platties in there, some 36 RLs.
No way.
I opened up down here in 78, I think it was. It's a hobby to get out of hand, you know. I always loved Harleys, and then I started buying everything, mostly Harleys.
Whoa, Frank.
Knucklehead.
There's flat heads, there's pan heads, there's shovel heads, there's iron heads, there's knuckle heads. My freaking head is exploding. Man, you've got more knuckleheads. You are the king of the knuckleheads. It's crazy. I've never seen this many knucklehead engines in one place. What about Knuckle Junction here? You got a 47 motor. Boom. There it is. A 1937 knucklehead. That is cool. Knuckle motor, where are you at? It's a knucklehead. This is nuts.
I get so many knuckleheads because, not that I like them, it's just that everybody else wants them, so I want them just for bragging rights. So.
This is crazy. I've never seen anything
Hey,
like
guys.
this in my life.
I see that. Yeah.
26 racer.
We even got some small displacement stuff
We're
there.
going-
Dave said we found his stuff. The rest was ours. So I'm looking at the sea of engines thinking, we just hit another load.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're gonna go over to our next game. Maybe.
Man, you've got more knuckleheads. You are the king of the knuckleheads. We're in Florida hanging out with Rich, going through his amazing collection of motorcycle parts.
No way. Dave Porter called us and gave us his lead. And now we're here to buy some parts to get Dave's cool stuff. What is that? Dave kind of warned us a little bit. You know, this guy's not a real people person, but he's got tons of stuff.
This is crazy. I've never seen anything like
There's
this
a
in my life.
27 T-shooter.
I see that, yeah.
26 racer.
Okay, I've never seen this many knucklehead engines in one place. This is nuts. Dave said if we found his stuff, the rest was ours. So I'm looking at the sea of engines thinking, we just hit the mother load. Now, we've just got to get over that one big hump, and that's agreeing on price. So this is a 13?
13 single, yeah.
Whoa, Frank, look at this. It's got the eccentric on it. They basically just cut the frame. Yeah, look what they did.
I ran a cooling fan in a shed.
When it comes to American motorcycles, anything pre-1915 is almost impossible to find. This is the power plant, the heartbeat, the engine of a 1913 Harley. This is the start of a bike. I've built plenty of bikes out of just having the engine. What are you thinking on this?
10 grand.
Yeah, you're right on the money. You know, I mean, with the eccentric part of the frame, that lower end and everything. Is this something you'd sell?
No.
No, that's cool, man. What about this dual carb 47?
Yeah, that's what we put together for the guy, and then I bought it.
We hanging on that?
Last year, knuckle.
I don't know. I'd say 15, maybe something like that.
Yeah. Can you sell that?
No.
If Rich gives you a number, it's full-blown retail. But on top of that, once he says the number, he's like, and I'm not even sure if I want to sell it. So what are you thinking on the 38? I mean, what's the crazy on it?
20 grand. I don't know.
Yeah. Is this something you'd sell?
Oh.
There's a reason why all of these engines are still sitting here. So like, it's 20 grand, but I'm not excited about selling it.
These are 45. That's 45.
45. Would you sell this one right here?
No.
He's held on to this stuff all of these years. They're literally part of his family, and he's not willing to give it up. I mean, he's closed his shop because he's tired of dealing with people. He wants to be alone with his knuckleheads.
Well, look at this. Started out 100 foot long, and I kept adding 40 foot every year or two until 200 foot long now.
You keep adding and adding.
You gotta see what I got upstairs in it.
Oh, you got super stashed.
When we walk upstairs into the attic, I'm thinking this is gonna be it. It's gonna be full of old parts. It's gonna be crazy. Oh man! And then we get up there, and it's like 80s stuff, 90s stuff. Got all these seats.
I know.
Saddlebags, seats, tanks. You know, from newer. So this is how you made your money. This late model stuff.
I know you closed down about a year ago, and you still have a tremendous amount of inventory. What's the plans for all this stuff? I mean, like,
I
just
croak and my kids give it all away.
you croak and your kids give it all away.
There you go. But I'm not giving it away. I'm getting old. I'm 72 now. Ain't like I used to be in the old days. We used to party, have tattoo parties here, and you know, it was neat back then.
What else you got? So we're walking through aisle after aisle, and I've got two more things on my list. I've got some knucklehead rocker nuts that I need that are sweaty, dirty, because Dave's probably building an engine that he's not restoring. And what I mean by that is a lot of people will do a mechanical rebuild on an engine, and then they don't make it look like a piece of jewelry. They don't even clean the dirt off the cases. They want the bike to represent itself as a barn find, but they want it to run perfectly. Here we go. Rusty knuckle nuts. These rocker nuts are exactly that. They're rusted, they're pitted, they're dirty, and I can just imagine these on a running knuck engine. It's all sweaty looking, just like them. What are you thinking? They're rusty. I need a set of 4. I find 5.
$100 for them?
For $100 for all of them?
Yep.
Done. All right, we're in business. Thank you very much. The last piece that I need, 1947 Speedo for a knucklehead that Dave is building. What about a 47 Speedo? You got one of those?
I got 1 or 2 in there. 47 1 year only, you know, that's kind of a rare one.
He's been looking for a 47 Speedo for a while, but a sweaty looking one, you know. Everybody's already got them rebuilt and stuff. 1 year Speedo. Last year of the knucklehead. Oh, look at that. He's got a box of Speedos.
That's 47, that one you got in hand.
This is the last piece that Dave wants. after that, I'm done with Dave. So what are you thinking on this one? It needs to be rebuilt.
I don't know.
Old Dave boy.
8, maybe, I don't know. You tell me.
8 on it? The needle's broke. You know, I mean, it needs to be rebuilt, man. I mean, it's a core. $500.
500 it is. You got it.
All right, appreciate it. I think after a while, he knew I appreciated this stuff, and that made him want to turn it loose. All right, Dave's gonna be happy, man. He's gonna be really happy about that. That's me time. How about an M5 carburetor? You want to sell one? Huh?
No.
No?
I ain't got no extras. Too bad, too hard to
You
get.
need both.
I'm looking for them myself all the time.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Everybody is.
These vibes are getting scarce.
I know. How about this Springer?
I gotta have that. That's when I got that
You gonna build a bike out of that?
Yeah.
Every chip I have in the game here, I've been using on Dave's stuff. You know, it's like you got a pocket full of nickels, you know, and you just keep putting it in the slot machine. Every single time, it's Dave. Now I'm out of nickels. I'm out of deals. And there's nothing else he'll sell me. I know, man. Pieces and parts, it all adds up, right? I mean, now I gotta find something for me. What about the leather? What's the history on this jacket?
Who knows?
I mean, look at that. Somebody painted that, man. Somebody did a really good job painting that. Look at that. You just barely see the eagle on the back of it.
It's amused and abused.
And you got all that stud work here on the belt. But yeah, she's got some miles on her. There's more to collecting motorcycles than just the bikes themselves. You want to collect things from the time period of the bike you have. One of the things that gets me going is the vintage clothing. And that includes leather coats. I mean, when I look at stuff like this, I think 2 words: Moto Pioneer. This is the early stages of all of it. You know, they were thinking about safety, durability. They were out in the wind. They were out in the elements. What could take that kind of beating and still look good? And as you wear it and break it down, it fits even better. So you got that one. Maybe that little baby one. Looks like horsehide though. Got that one. What do you got here? Made in the USA, excelled. Yeah.
It's like a glove.
Oh, yeah, man, look at that baby. All right, 3 coats. You want me to make you an offer? I mean, they all have their issues. This one's probably the nicest one here. This one's got some tearing on the sleeves, but that's what everybody wants. They want this stuff to look like they've spent a lifetime in it, you know? 3 1/4. All right, man. I said something right.
Good man.
Leather, especially this old leather, this horsehide stuff, is getting harder and harder to find because it deteriorates over so much time. We're in Florida hanging out with Rich on this massive property. This guy has trailer after trailer full of motorcycle parts. Whoa. You got some stuff here. So far, all we've seen are parts. Now, you see the fruits of his labor, man. Wow. There's a lot of stuff here, man. He's not just a knucklehead guy. He's not just a panhead guy, Indian guy. He's got British bikes in here. He's got German bikes in here. He loves it. This is your personal collection, really.
Yeah, I don't bring people back here unless I know I'm real good or something.
Signature on almost everything in here. How many of these bikes in here have you built?
33 of them.
Think about how much time it would take to build all of these bikes, to restore all of these bikes, or just to even get most of them running. Frank, I'm just gonna walk through and touch them all. It's beautiful. I can't imagine what pride and the accomplishment he must feel. The Indiana, that's the last year, man, 53.
Yeah.
I like your style.
That's an Ariel 500 right there. It's,
Yeah, so you're into the British stuff too, huh?
yeah, a little bit.
You got it over here? I mean, I don't even know where to look in here.
This is a nice little Tesla Pro with 400 miles.
Check out the nut. This is the American dream. He's worked hard his whole life. He's accumulated all of this stuff. He's built these bikes from the ground up. All of this stuff. He's built these bikes from the ground up. He's a hard-working, passionate dude. What about this baby?
Yeah,
Oh, you know, you get Kawasaki in here. This is a Kawasaki 750 triple 50 Triple.
That one's 73. That's an early one there.
This was what they called the Widowmaker. Think about that. 752 stroke built for the street, not the dirt. 750 in the dirt would be insane. This is 750 in the dirt would be insane. This is 750 for the road. God, I used to ride one of these in high school, man. It had a Dunstall kit on it, had alloy rims laced into it, man. I think it was nuts. I've ridden these bikes before when I was in high school, and they scared the hell out of me. That's why I want to buy it so bad. How much for the Cowie Triple?
12.
Under?
Get out of here.
I'm messing with you. 12 grand. I was excited about this bike. Look at that. That's cool. I come across this early 70s chopper.
What about the Interceptor here?
750 Interceptor, Royal Enfield.
Royal Enfield.
They didn't import a lot of them, so they're kind of rare.
It's got a 60s Royal Enfield motor in it. It's got a Triumph tank on it. Someone's put a hardtail on it. This is a custom bike. It's awesome. It's got the gold metal flake. It's got the molded frame. This is how they did it in the 70s. This is a purest 1970s chopper. And that's what people are trying to do these days. They're trying to recreate that 70s look. You know, the big long Springer front end, the psychedelic orange paint job, the little skinny seat, the sissy bar in the back, you know. It's a neat looking bike. It's a real nice period piece.
Yeah, real nice.
What's that worth?
$5 grand, maybe.
$5 grand. Does it have a title?
Yeah, nice run. So you can ride. That thing runs perfect till it starts.
So here's a bike I don't have to recreate. I mean, this is a period piece. How about $4,000?
Come on, you gotta get up. I should have said 6 or 7. That's where it's worth. 5.
Well, choppers are, you know, it takes a special guy for that, you know. Most of these guys want to push button and stuff.
That's a nice one. They're real rare. Interceptors. You don't see too many of them around.
How about 4,300?
48.
Jeff, give him another text and tell him to
That's
get
a
home,
steal
buddy.
on that bike. It ain't no junkie. That thing was good.
You split with Cornell?
46.